There we go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to be present, be patient, and appreciate how much love we've already gathered. I'm trying to get myself leveled up. I'm sorry, is that level enough for me? I'll have to be. Today's stream topic is about the love we get to keep. The love we get to keep. It's a pretty big deal to me. I watched the 3rd season of Blood of Zeus today, or at least finished the 3rd season of Blood of Zeus today. And there was this one line from Heron about how all of the love that we've had in our lives is something that is always ours to keep. And how when we die, we return to that source of love ultimately. It's not necessarily something that groundbreaking for us here in this space. We've talked about stuff similarly many times, but I felt pretty inspired. The 3rd season was the finale, I believe. I'm pretty sure of the entire show. And it did kind of accumulate in this extreme, let's say, right? The extremes of empathy, the extremes of suffering, the extremes of what you're willing to do, the extremes of keeping your word, the extremes of how pain can shape us. And not only that, but can change us. Yo, creator, cool name. It's nice having you here. How you doing? You reminded actively of the amount of love you have in your heart. We have Trishan here too, also a cool name, Trishan Blow. Hey Trishan. Yeah, today we're gonna be discussing this energy of love, right? Might sound a little bit cheesy. Still breathing, that's what's most important, right? I don't know if you've heard, but I'll bring us back into this mindset. Abdur, it's nice having you. All of the love you've experienced in your life, the exposure being all weird. All of the love you've experienced in your life is yours to keep. Life is hard, you know. I know. I liked and subscribe. That's nice of you. Thank you, friend. Bless you. Do subscribe and like. It makes a big difference. Seriously, right? I'm still a small channel, still growing. So I'm at that point in my journey where every single subscriber that I gain, I celebrate. I sub. Thank you. Bless you too, friend. So yeah, we're going to basically be covering this idea of love, right? It was very much inspired by the last season of Blood of Zeus. And it's a rough one, right? This last season, like, I mean, all of the seasons were pretty rough. Not rough in the sense of bad, just rough in the sense of emotionally charged, right? You're not gonna watch that show and not feel anything kind of vibes. Like the kind of subject matter that they touch on is pretty surreal. Betrayal, manipulation, deceit, pain, revenge, this willingness to hurt someone else so they can feel pain because you've been hurt by them, this unwillingness to forgive, this ability to be transformed on a character level by noticing someone else's suffering. And it does accumulate and culminate. I think, is it culminate? Is that real behind you? Yeah. I know, like the exposure makes it a little bit seem surreal, but I'm pretty sure it's real, right? I can do this. I can do something like this. Boom. Now there's a photo of myself behind me. Yeah, weird. But this is base reality. Yeah. I live in the middle of nowhere, creator, on a farm somewhere in Africa. So there's big old culminate. Thank you, Mojo. That's the right word. Yeah, it culminated in so many realizations, right? Willingness to pursue truth, especially as it relates to the things you said you were gonna do, right? This willingness to stand up for each other, to recognize the power, the significance of an individual. What's your favorite food? The edible kind. I know that's a bad answer, creator. We don't talk much about food. Is that Sam? Talking about Sam knows. Sam knows that we don't talk about food here. Hey Sam, it's nice having you, friend. How are you doing? How's little Seth? It's a blessing having you here. Today we're talking about how all of the love we've gained is ours to keep. And Sam just recently had a little baby, right? So all of that love that Sam's little baby is receiving right now is basically encoding into its cells, right? Becoming a part of its cellular levels. Do you like meat? It feels like a loaded question. I do consume flesh. Yes, I I believe it contains nutrients, densely so. So yeah, yeah. Like I live in South Africa. We have a pretty big meat eating culture here. I feel like I'm kind of lost. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like steer my mind in a direction. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah. All of the love you've gotten, you alone? Right now, uh technically my family is not here. Yeah. So I'm not necessarily alone, but I don't have company just yet. This weekend coming, not this one of my friends will come and visit me. And then I do plan on actually returning with him. I'm gonna go and spend some time at his place watching my dog chase one of the cats. We're all fine here, baby T-Rex, right on the verge of figuring out how to laugh. I'm finally getting more sleep. Oh, thank goodness. Which means I'm less crazy, and that's nice. Yeah. You mentioned there was some colic. I can't imagine that's easy, dear friend. Why don't you drink a drink with vitamins and protein? I do. I do. Are you a hippie or something? You dead or something? I feel like if like I do kind of like to identify as a hippie-ish, right? I'm not a hippie, but I value personal hygiene, and I still have some propensity, a desire for material, worth. So like I'm not full hippie, living life to the fullest, huh, bro? I'm trying, Marty. It's so nice having you new friends here. I see your Bob here too. For sure, not a hippie. He loves money. You see, Bob knows. Bob knows what's up, yo. Yeah, I don't know if I love money. It's more a matter of I wish I had more, right? And I think if I was if I was like hippieing it up, I wouldn't. I'd be like walking barefoot, eating trees or something. I don't know. I don't know what the hippies are doing these days. But yeah, I feel like there definitely is like a little bit of a duality in me when it comes to that whole fractal. I believe in minimalism, if that makes sense, right? So if I'm going to buy things, if I'm going to acquire stuff, I would like to acquire stuff with a reason, right? If I'm going to buy myself a vessel for my water, I need to have a vessel for my water. I need to like value it and carry it with me and appreciate it instead of buying plastic bottles of water day after day after day kind of vibes, right? So on that level, I'm still pushing the hippie fractal. But as it relates to the whole technological aspect, I am very pro technology. right? I know technology is going to continually change our existences, and I'm pro having my existence changed. Do dollar bills hold the love? I don't think so. I don't think so. How are you? Hey, James Oliver. It's nice having you here too. Bless you, Steve. I haven't said your name directly, but bless you too. Marty McFly asking, most valuable thing in life is time. Yeah. Are you Danish? I guess eindelijk Afrikaans. I live in South Africa, so not exactly Danish. But yeah, like if we're going to discuss money, I didn't think we were going to discuss money. We were supposed to talk about love, but we can, right? This is fine. We can have a conversation about this as well. We can think about it from this perspective, as one of our friends just shared, right? That the most valuable thing in life is time. Hey, Jay, a creepy smile the whole time. Like I have a creepier smile. Yeah, thank you, Jack, for giving me a chance to demonstrate. I believe, for one, right, and this has been proven as well, that when you smile, your body basically releases the neurochemicals that are supposed to be associated with it. So I'm like basically giving myself good energy, right? I'm pushing buttons in my brain, so my brain keeps releasing endorphins or whatever. So yeah, the whole fractal of money, right, and time. Uh, if you have money, you basically get to dictate what you do with your time, right? If you have more money, you get to spend more of your time doing the things that you potentially love. But that isn't necessarily our key concern today. Our key concern today is what we already have, right? We had a friend join us today that had a baby recently, and all of us used to be babies at one point in our existence, right? My hands used to be that big. I used to weigh only a few kgs, and now I weigh more than that, right? And all of the love that I've experienced in my life, uh, I carry with me. And I'm willing to acknowledge at the same time that it's very easy for us to almost let go of all of that love that we've had, right? Forget that we are so very loved, especially if we've grown up in circumstances that we feel like a burden. We feel like a burden. I have felt like a burden for a very long time in my life. And it was so interesting to me how when I found friends, when I found people that actually loved me for who I am, it it showed me that I am worth more than what I have been labeling myself as. Right? Like I've had a few instances in my life like that. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. You are still a burden. I mean, on some level, I'm breathing oxygen. I have to eat food. You're not completely wrong, Jack. I just think it's a matter of being let known, right? It's one thing to be a burden. It's a whole other thing to make a person feel like a burden. Hi, robot. It's nice having you. We have Final Destination here too. I am missing some comments, but I'll catch up. Endorphins. And I know it's endorphins. I know. I'm just laying it on thick, right? Can't complain, Sam. Getting ready to go camping this weekend. Happy Mother's Day in advance. Oh, it's true. This Sunday is Mother's Day, right? Is my birthday this Sunday too? No, it's gonna be on Monday, right? Wednesday? I'm bad at math. Well, I'm not sure, but as soon as I find the flux capacitor, I will let you know. Thank you, Marty McFly. Yeah, if you figure it out, bro, I want to be in the car with you. Time travel back to 2009, plug in a laptop and start mining Bitcoin, bro. Yeah, and then we can like completely brush our hands of all of the bullshit, we have to face right now. Howdy from Texas. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm South African, streaming from South Africa right now. Also agree with you about the smile thing. It really does help. It's true, right? Even if you have to fake it, right? Even if you just, I'm so happy, while there's like all of this suffering in the back of your head. Oh, I'm happy. Your brain is gonna probably be confused for a little bit. It's like, I don't know what's happening out there, but clearly he's smiling. I must kind of be okay, maybe. Right? I also don't think people smile when they're being chased by lions, so maybe that's also another part of it. Can't complain, Sam. Bless again. We never asked to be born here into this corrupt system. It's true. I actually have like a lot of resentment, or let's say I had a lot of resentment in my heart towards my parents for bringing me into this world, all right, for a long time. I was like, you assholes, how dare you for existing me? I didn't sign up for existing. And now here I am. But no, 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 it doesn't help being like that, unfortunately. Right? It just kind of lets you spiral, makes you feel hopeless. And you know what the worst part is? Like I've gone through this journey of like I used to be very depressed as well, obviously if you hate your own existence, that kind of comes with the gig. And I tried to end my existence during that time of my life as well. Thank goodness I failed. But during those attempts, right, I had these moments of lucidity, right? And the last time I tried, the lucidity basically revealed to me that even if I succeed in that moment to die, I only succeed at ending this life. I don't succeed at ending existence. All right. And that was a very poignant thing for me to realize in my own journey. Right. And what that means is even if this person you are dies right now, right, by your own decision potentially, the only thing you succeed at is repeating eternity to come back to this moment where you don't die as this version of yourself. So continue forward. Make the most of life. I see you friends have protected our space. I appreciate you for the love. It's only 300 seconds that you've gotten banhammered for. I'm sure the room will open up again for you. Okay, well, this is a load of nonsense. I mean, Jack, it might be, depending on what you consider, right? Truth is. I'm not saying this is the ultimate truth. I'm just saying this is my personal experience with that whole fractal, right? To simplify it, what that means to me is that I cannot escape. I cannot escape what I am. And what we are is love, right? And that love basically manifests as consciousness, as this willingness to love, as this willingness to experience, right? I have the ability as a consciousness to be loved, and I have this ability as a consciousness to love, right? And at the most base of levels, that's the only truth I have access to in this existence. And by dying, right? Especially so when it comes to a personal decision to remove yourself from this existence, the only thing you succeed at is removing that source of love from the universe, right? That's what I'm saying. And the universe doesn't abide by that. It's like, nah. Actually, love is true, the universe says, and will bring you back. You will be brought back, even if it takes an eternity, right? That's kind of the whole fractal of quantum reality as well. We live for an eternity, right? Every moment is an eternity. We are love. Now you are just losing the plot. Jack, the plot is you cannot have anything taken from you, right? Even if you try and take it from yourself. That's what we're talking about today, right? That's what I'm saying. And you don't have to listen. Guess what? Right? Like there's so much internet out there for you to go and listen to something else. You can go and find someone. You can go and Google, tell me I'm a piece of shit over and over again. And there's probably someone on YouTube that will do that for you too. But that's not me. Oh, you are loved. You are appreciated. You can make a difference in the world. And that's going to be the fractal. Cute dog. He's a cutie patootie. Yeah, he's a cuter. His name is Kobe. Not Kobe. Not Cobra Cobra. He's a Jack Russell. Yeah, he's a little lap magnet. Every time I sit on the ground, he's like, yeah, my spot is my spot. Never mind that I'm hot. No, it's my spot, this, he says. Or flux capacitor. Howdy from Texas. Here's the burden. I only celebrate Father's Day. I'm not surprised. What are your thoughts on Irama? Yo. I think he made a lot of money and then utilized that money to progress things that he believed would make him more money. And then through that money acquisition, could hire very intelligent people, and then through the collective of bringing intelligent people together, technology basically arose, right? Technically, this live stream is literally on Starlink right now, right? So we're satellite-based internet right now. I live in Africa, so we have pretty spotty internet connectivity here. So on that level, I appreciate all of the engineers he employs. On a personal level, from the stuff that he's been doing and the kind of way he's been showing up in the world, calling himself a meme lord and such, a little cringe, right? He's as old as my dad. So I'm kind of like painfully aware of that fact that if my dad was doing the exact same stuff, I'd probably have like cringe flowing through my being. I think that's about right. Right. I don't really focus any of my energy on him. I like the saying that goes, winners, uh, losers focus on winners, while winners focus on winning. Right. So I try and not occupy my mind with anybody else's shtick. I try. I'm not good at it. I falter sometimes as well, admittedly, but I'm getting better every day, growing more stable in my own inner thought control. Final, can you stop spamming? Start your own stream if you want to state your thoughts. Good advice, Dad. Like all of you friends are welcome to share some of your perspectives here. Alex, I see your name here. Keep up the positivity, King. Don't let the miserable people drag you down. That's nice. Yeah, Alex. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I won't. I have been on planet Earth for going on 27 years now, right? I have been surrounded by miserable people my entire existence. And people always seem to find fault with the way that I show up in this world, right? And they've tried. Oh, how they've tried to drag me down. And it pisses them off relentlessly that they cannot manage to. And seeing that gives me a sense of joy for some reason. I don't think that's good. I think that part of me is a little bit questionable, but you're right. Will we put hubris? Yeah, yeah. Maximum hubris. Yes, more. Let me see. I think I'm still missing a bunch of comments. I'm catching up slowly but surely. Jack. All right. You are clearly not a quantum physicist. I didn't say I'm a quantum physicist, dear Jack. What I'm saying is that quantum means that all states exist simultaneously. That's what quantum means, right? Which means that there's a version of reality where I'm dead right now, and there's a version of reality where I'm alive right now. And there's a version of reality where I have one extra finger, and there's, right? Like, at least that's the way that I interpret quantum existence, right? There's something called quantum immortality. Have you ever heard about that? That basically states you cannot die. Every time you die, there's a new version, there's a new reality where you didn't, right? And in that way, you continue your existence. And I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just saying that's what I like to think about, right? I'm not trying to change your whole worldview. That's just something to imagine. Oh, what if quantum immortality, right? I drive my car, get hit by truck, and then instant crash, die, right? But then I suddenly just have a near miss. I see the truck pass behind me in my mirror, and I continue driving. I'm like, whew, that was a close call. I could have been dead. In another reality, yeah, you are. But in this one, you're not, right? And in that way, your existence continues. And I like that. That to me brings me a state of comfort in a world that can be very uncomfortable, that can be very chaotic and chaos filled, right? And it's a matter of what we choose to believe and what we choose to embrace inside our own minds. Your dad says, Jack, you realize he's speaking more about philosophy and self improvement rather than science. Yeah, thank you, your dad. This stream in this space that we're creating in, I believe is here for conscious evolution, right? So I know, and you might not agree with me, I know that most of our evolution has already happened, right? If you look at single-celled organisms all the way to where we are right now, that's a lot of complexity, right? A lot had to change for us to get to where we are right now. And within that whole change, it took a lot of time, right? And where we are right now, we won't see that same type of change on a physical level, right? I won't suddenly start growing new arms in my time. I might be able to implant or technologically graft onto my body techno arms, but I won't grow them, right, through evolution. So, what that means to me is that all of the evolution that I can hope to experience, because evolution is the state of reality, is by mind, right, by my consciousness. And that's what this stream is for. We show up here, we discuss a certain topic, and we explore in ourselves and sometimes in one another what that means. And then we reflect and we grow. We evolve our perspective. And through that evolution of perspective, we become more. Hey, John. It's nice having you here, dude. We are showing up, bro. All of the love we've received right here with us. No one can take it from us. Positive thoughts are I, East African workout girl. Yeah, positive energy is important. Absolutely. Hurt people, hurt people. The naysayers find love and peace. May these naysayers find love and peace. For some reason, and I think this is definitely because of my upbringing as well, naysayers just give me more motivation, right? If you naysay me, all that means to me is that you have some sort of insecurity, right? I'm more than willing, and I feel like there's like a Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic quote coming up in my mind. I'm gonna make sure. Can you please give me that Marcus Aurelius quote that goes about if you can tell me in which way I'm mistaking, I'll correct my mistakes or I'll change my behavior. Right, let's read that exact Stoic quote because it's a good one. It's a good one. It goes, if anyone can refute me, show me I'm making a mistake or looking at things from the wrong perspective, I'll gladly change. It is the truth that I'm after, and the truth has never harmed anyone. What harms us is to persist in self deceit and ignorance. Right? I'm not trying to deceive myself here. I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm trying to be as present as I can be with this loving energy that we are here for. Look at Hendrik joining us. Hey, Hendrik. Much love to Germany, too. It's nice having you here, friend. We really have been front page of Redditing, huh, Joe? Like Joe has been mentioning that we've almost like melted into like a front page of Reddit experience again. Thank you, YouTube algorithm, for bringing this friend into this space right now, right? The odds of you being here is very low. There are billions of us on planet Earth right now. There are millions of YouTube channels. There are thousands of videos uploaded every single hour. And yet, you found yourself here. That's pretty spectacular. I appreciate you, friend, for spending some time. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. No one's making you stay here. Yeah, Jack had his fun. Well, there's a difference between helping and trying to look like you're the smartest guy in the room. For me, the funniest part as well, in circumstances like that, when someone wants to be like, right, and actually, right, you might be smart, right? I'm willing to concede that you are an intelligent person, but you won't be liked, right? And I feel in this world, one kind of does come before the other. You can be the smartest person in the room, but if nobody likes you, guess what? Nobody will listen. You won't be able to carry over your ideas in a way that it actually manifests any value. What? There are other channels on YouTube? I gotta go then. Peace out, Hendrik says. No, actually, it's like this is the only one. Actually, there's just me and you on YouTube right now. No one else. Don't you dare start a channel of your own. I want to keep my supremacy. Do you shoot guns? In so many words, no. Have I shot guns? Yes. Have I hunted? Yes. Is it something I value and participate within actively at this point in my life? No. Does it cause me severe cringe when I hear gunfire? Yes. right? Because I'm painfully aware of the fact that it is causing hearing damage and it costs money. Yes, I'm paying money to cause myself hearing damage. So like that's like my just about the whole gun shooting fractal. Oh, honey, bless your heart. You skipped right over the trying to part. You're so cute. What's up with all of these toxic and angry teenagers? I don't know. I think it's a matter of like we are on the internet. Welcome to the internet. Take a look around. Anything and everything you can think of can be found. There are mountains of content, some better, some worse. Yeah, you'd be the first if you can't find something that you like. I also started singing it. Yeah. It is a welcome to the internet stuff. Good old Bo Burnham. He knew. Like if Bo Burnham knew what I was doing right now, he'd probably try to convince me to do otherwise. But Bo, I'm here for it, bro. There's only suffering to be had. Right. Mm. Num 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 num. Right, Joe. Can't spell for shit. Only here to cause trouble. Love is true. Imagine these angry and nasty people have to deal with themselves all the time. I think that's the biggest part that makes it hard, right? And I understand that. I feel like that's the other thing as well. Is I do get where angry people come from, right? Because there's a certain discomfort sometimes in my heart, right? Especially if I pay too much attention to the news, if I'm too aware of the financial struggles of my family and of the people of the world, if I'm too aware of the way things are going the wrong way in that way, right? It causes this certain like tension inside the spirit. And then we end up I don't know if an insect just bit me. I'm seeing something fly around here, but suddenly I need to cover myself up. That thing is so fast though. What is that? I can't like actually lock eyes onto it. But I think that's the thing that freaking stung me a bunch of times yesterday or a while ago. And my skin does not like it. I'm like, and it was like literally on this spot where it happened last. I do not like insects that bite. One of these days, I'll have defense systems literally attached to my skin. My super suit will eat the insects when they try and eat me. It's that comfy. There you go. All right, let me come back. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, being in that energy all the time. I genuinely feel bad for them for swirling in that energy. Unfortunately, it is one of those things where are you feeling it too? What is that thing? Why is it so fast? It's way faster than a mosquito, right? And it's light. Bruh, I'm cringing. No, fuck this. I'm gonna get away from it. I don't want to get eaten by that thing again because it like properly messed me up. What are you? Like, and it's so fast that I cannot lock eyes onto it to actually identify if it's a type of wasp or something. It's definitely not a mosquito. I still have a microphone around me at least. But yeah, like sitting on this spot the other day, I got bit by some sort of insect and I literally had a spot, like a hive spot on my body the size of a freaking baseball bat. Not exactly, but extreme discomfort was caused by getting bit by this thing, and I'm not ready to have some more. Say it in so many words. I come inside. Yeah. Yeah. Move couch. Move your ass. Yeah. Ugh. All right. It's a nanobot. Run, Melt. It's behind you, Hendrik. Like, seriously, dude. Like, I've not been having a good time the last while because of an insect bite. So I am extra skittish and squeamish right now. Morning, fam. Switzerland themselves. The entire Switzerland just joined us. It's nice having you here, friend. Sending you blessings. Thank you for finding yourself here in this space. Hitchcock's birds, but it's bugs. Exactly. Exactly like that. And I wish I didn't know what you were talking about, Hendrik, but I do. It's basically a movie about birds killing people. Just birds flocking down, killing people. All right. I think I missed a few. How does South Africa generally treat mental health and mental illness? We don't, in so many words, right? Like unfortunately, I subbed. Thank you, Switzerland. It makes a difference. I appreciate it. Uh, I unfortunately did deal with a lot of mental health issues as a teenager, and um, yeah, I don't really want to go into the whole that time of my life. It is just like laden with trauma and feeling unheard and unappreciated. Right. To say it in so many words, I think we can be better. I think the whole world can be better in dealing with mental health issues. Yeah, something did sting me, whatever that thing was. Part of me wants to almost find out. Let's see if I can ask a language model. I just got stung by some sort of very light insect, like as in like white or gray kind of colors. I don't think it was a mosquito. It stung me through my clothes, and it was so fast.
Oh no, that doesn't sound pleasant.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
definitely helpful.
No, small bees or wasps. I think it might be some sort of type of wasp. It might be some type of wasp. It was so fast that I could literally not lock eyes onto it. What kind of insect can that be? I live in South Africa.
It sounds increasingly like it could have been a what?
A paper wasp? Paper wasps can be quite slender and have varying degrees of yellows and browns. Smaller solitary wasps has a huge diversity, many of which are small and fast. They have light colorations. Yeah, doesn't live in large colonies. They might live in the grass, so it could be one of those. Spider. Yeah, Trump better lower the taxes. Let me see. I'll come back to chat again. I think I'm quite behind. I'll just put it down like this. All right. Most is back. Hey, friends. Nice having you. I got stung between the fingers by a wasp once. Found a tiny nest in my car door. That sucks. Yeah, I don't like being stung by things. I hear the collective, yo, no shit. Don't be mean, okay? None of us like being stung by things. But whatever, I sat there like 3 days ago, and then something like literally went to town on one of my love handles. Stung me like 3 or 4 times. And then those 3 or 4 stings became like one big consolidated sting. And then that big consolidated sting like became literally this big. And then the next day after that, there was like a whole red freaking circle around my skin. I was losing my mind. I thought I was gonna die, yo. I was like, yeah, I'm dying. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna like have a hole in my side, and then I'm gonna thank goodness I'm recovering, right? It's healing up again. But shit, right? The amount of angst and rage, hatred for insects biting me. I couldn't deal with that thing outside. I'm gonna bring it back. Hectic way to enter stream. Mm, mm, mm. I need to make more of an effort to show up daily then. Folks forget the mods here mean business. Love is true. I appreciate you, friend, for the love that you share in this space. That was the hectic way to enter stream. Now that we've gathered my bearings, how have you been, Sam? Getting sleep when you can. I'm sure she's going to tell you as well. I'm getting more rest now that T-Rex colic has resolved and he's sleeping through the night. I'm not all the way back to my yoga practice, but I'm getting a little in where I can. I'm so proud of you, friend. I'm happy to hear that you're still showing up for your practice too. I know that when a baby comes into our world, that becomes the new priority. So thank you for prioritizing yourself a little bit as well. It's the only, all right. You need your monopoly. Yes, my monopoly on live streaming. Yes, riches. Riches abound, mate. Also, is that Discord? This is not Discord. This is you. These are you friends. Those are the comments that you've sent here. I can technically access it here as well, but then I have to keep touching you, right? And it might get weird. So I have an extra screen. I have an extra screen here. It's also my work machine, right? This is technically what it's for. You see that? You see that? I make those. Let me show you. Let me show you something. All right. So for the last 1,223 days, I've been making a piece every day. Say stop. This one. Yeah. All right. So every day we make a little piece of art. This was yesterday's. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. Well, what do you use to make them? A piece of software called OneLab. Francois. Me and the programmer even had like some exchanges on Instagram. His name is Francois. It's good software. He had one called Mirror Lab, and then he upgraded the software to something called OneLab. This is what it looks like. Yeah. So there is the flower I made yesterday. Oh, I almost said shit. Okay, no, it's fine. I thought I forgot to post my flower yesterday, right? So look at that. There's a flower, right? And then and there's me. All right, that's how it starts. So every day I take a photo of myself and then I manipulate until I get something that I like. Enter name here. Hi. It's nice having you here too, dear friend. Sending you blessings. Yo. It's cool, huh? Yeah, art is transformational, right? Literally all art is transformational. Literally, good artists steal kind of vibes. I steal from myself. And I don't really appreciate waste. And I don't want to spend money on materials. So the fact that I can make pretty things without having to create any waste serves me. I have good eyes. Sorry. I don't think you have to apologize for that. I'm happy you have good eyes. Let me see. I think I'm very far behind, but I'm catching up slowly but surely. Wear ear protection. Well, ear protection exists for shooting. Not sure how the gun culture is in South Africa. Most shooters in the US use ear protection. Unfortunately, even if you wear ear protection, it's still pretty bad for you, right? Like it's very loud. Like the ear protection helps you not get as damaged, but yeah, unless you're like paying upwards of $1,000 or something for your ear protection, it's probably not gonna help. And maybe you do like double up where you put like plugs and stuff over, but yeah, people don't like the effort. Sorry, I was mean. I'm sick. It's okay. Enter name. I understand. Here you are, safe. You're appreciated. I hope you feel better soon. Sending you love. I am falling further and further behind. I can feel that Reddit RPAN anxiety, like Back in my brain. Sam, I'm still not done. My gentle yoga homework, but I'm going to Cali for Richard Miller's meditation retreat next week. My sister's belly is big. I think I felt him kick, or it was a gas bubble. So much love. Its name is Bug Perpetrator. Dude, that gentle homework. Flossie asked for a lot there, man. The essays are tripping me up. Same. It's good to know. It's taken some people years to turn in. Goodness, that is wild. Run now. It's not about hedgehogs, birds. The entire of Switzerland. There are like at least 6 people. Love is true. Spider. I got stung. I think I've read that one. I'm German. Trump can do taxes as he wants. The tariffs don't affect me as IT. Nothing to import or export. It is nice that way, right? Someone asked me the other day as well. It's like, how is the tariffs influencing you? And I'm like, well, I don't really buy anything, right? Last time I bought something was last year. Yeah. Right. Other than food and stuff, last year was the last time I bought something. So yeah, I'm rarely affected by the taxes and tariffs. What we do here in South Africa pay a lot, right? If you pay for a piece of electronics, like 30% of the total value just goes to the government. My grandma used to remedy stings with meat tenderizer. I don't know if it worked, but I was convinced as a 7-year-old. Part of me is like, does it tenderize your meat? I should. I wish I could unsay a sentence once. My grandma too, Joe Bot. How about that, Hendrik? People from Germany and people from America's grandmas be treating insect bites with meat tenderizer. Is in the Swiss Alps with a big gun inside the mountain. You? Yeah, I heard that Switzerland. This is Switzerland. Has like the second biggest gun ownership per capita in the world, second only to America or something like that. And surprise, surprise, no school shootings, and you have like really good like gun practice. Also in that Discord, yo, is that a remedy? I also haven't heard that one. Well, what do you use to make them? Told you. You can't tell me it doesn't work, Sam. Grandma's wisdom powers are different, beyond our understanding. Bless you again. Enter name. I believe it. My grandma's cure for the hiccups was a spoonful of sugar, and that worked too. I don't know if I'm convinced. A spoonful of sugar. We get hiccups because there's air stuck in our stomachs, and then our diaphragm basically tries to exude it. I am fine. Grandma said spoonful sugar helps. Who am I to say anything else? Someone else said something rude. Switzerland. I think I need to try and refresh my comments. There we go. I'm back again. We have Iman, Patrick. Bless you, friends. Nice having you here too. Ams is here again, sending you blessings. Think I'm very far behind once again. There we go. Guess who's back? Ams is back. Yeah, or mustard against heartburn. The Swiss Alps is cold, colder than my AC. Shady's back. Tell a friend. It's AM to the S. What's good, my guy? Love is true. Mustard for heartburn. Why you don't want to tell us your name? Hendrik Hulekala. My name is MeltMore, right? Like, sure, I have a government name, but even my government name is not something that I use, right? My actual family don't even call me by my government name, because me and my dad share the same government name. And people don't call my dad by his government name, but they didn't want to call me by mine because maybe I become junior. So they gave me a whole different name. And now I'm not that person anymore, essentially. If you're new here, welcome. You are loved. I appreciate you for finding yourself here. I do one of these live streams every single day, and we do them with the intent of consciously evolving, acknowledging that evolution is one of the things this universe does, and that we can fight against it or we can make ourselves a part of it. And understanding that we probably won't evolve an extra arm in the meanwhile, we'll probably have to evolve as minds. And we try and do that here. I appreciate you for finding yourself. Do subscribe. I'll see you again. We do one every single day. Today is day 1590 consecutive days of showing up for this space. Don't ask, it doesn't make sense, but it's the only thing working for me at all recently. The mustard for heartburn? Have you tried baking soda? I think that could also be one that helps. I've actually heard the mustard thing too, or maybe it was for Charlie horses. I don't know what that means. I use baking soda and water. There we go. Yeah, it is base. It is pretty basic. Worked like a charm when I was pregnant and having it all the time. There we go. I can't see people in the pad. I don't know what that means. Yes, I do know Mel's human name. Why? You better not. I don't have a human name. There's only Melt. MeltMore if you want to be formal. There's only Melt. Bro, you need to renovate that place. Bro, this is not my home. And renovating places cost money. And we ain't got none to spend on renovations. Our home has gotten like a new coat of paint recently, right? That's what we could like have done for some renovations, but this space does need some love and care, like a lot. I'm willing to acknowledge that much at the very least. There's a lot of infighting and insecurities with my mom with this place as well. She doesn't want to bring her friends here. If I have barbecue sauce, I can spit fire. Mad heartburn, apple cider vinegar works for me. For a heartburn, you would think it would do the opposite. Nancy, Heidi Howell, hey friend. It's nice having you here with us. What a pleasure. Nancy, we've been experiencing an influx of new souls in the MeltMore space. It feels very much like old school RPAN days. Like we've been through the torrents of people. It has been a blessing. Like, unironically, for the last 5 days, we've been like day after day after day breaking the record that we hold for the amount of subscribers we get in a single stream. Yesterday was the highest number for 11 people. 11 people subscribed on a single stream, right? Like it kind of blew my mind. I was like, holy shit, 11 people, right? 11 people is a lot. It might not sound like a lot of people, but if 11 people had to like just like walk up to me and be like, I probably feel pretty good. I'd be like, yes, see, yes, maybe I'm not a worm. Maybe I am a butterfly. I am convinced. Name Melt, surname More. As easy as that. Yeah, Hendrik, thank you. It's that easy, right? Like 4 letters, easy to remember. Nobody has to be confused. It's like literally on my channel even, right? You don't even have to remember for long. You can just like scroll down and be like, what's his name again? Oh yeah, easy peasy. I'm just curious as to what his name, Sam spill the beans. Also, do you have an M1911 or a handgun, Melt? I have no firearms. My dad has weapons. I think he has a shotgun and a pistol or something. But I have no guns. My brother also has a firearm, right? Like I don't, like for me, right? The way I see it is that if I have a gun, I have now enabled myself to potentially kill someone, right? I'm already scared that I could potentially kill someone, right, with my fists. I'll just make it a lot easier for myself if I carry a weapon like that. And I don't know if I'd be okay with myself if I had to make a decision like that. All right, sure, it might come in handy as a deterrent, but I'd rather not. Shane Smith, you're like walking in on a strange conversation here. Someone is asking me about guns, and I'm talking about how South African culture, a lot of people do have guns. However, I prefer to not carry one. Bruh, what's this accent? Good question, Looney. People ask me like a lot, unfortunately. Here in South Africa, people will ask me where I'm from because of the way I sound. I guess, yeah, this accent doesn't sound like most South African accents. Yeah, like let me put on a South African accent. It would go something like, yeah, actually, I'm an Afrikaans speaking oak, and I don't necessarily appreciate speaking that way. Do I sound Afrikaans now? Yeah, because I spend a lot of time working in this kind of capacity, right? I do live streams. I end up having conversations with people on the internet. That's a good one. Because I have conversations like this, and because I grew up watching American TV, and I went to China to teach English, I definitely kind of like shaped my own accent. And because I spend so much time talking to myself in this way, right? I'm not hearing someone else articulate and back to me. I'm basically reading your words like it's mine. Uh, I've I've probably like made a whole new accent, right? One of one, yes. Pats cell phone back. Yes, after military service, the people can keep a gun, if I recall correctly. That's pretty cool. I think my dad probably came from that world too. Could you keep your gun after military service? I think you could request to. I don't know if it was like mandatory or something. I swear by apple cider vinegar, but the police can spot check my gun safe at any time. What a weird like I swear by apple cider vinegar next sentence, but the police can spot check my gun safe at any time. They have to have a trigger lock and be locked away. Yeah, good. This is good. I'm happy that they do have proper practices like that, right? Making sure that people have proper safes if they're going to be carrying firearms. Yeah, you now have to let the government into your house. Hey, tiny Schnorr. It's nice having you here. Sending you blessings. HMS Agincourt, the battleship with 7 turrets and having all guns fire at the same time, almost splits the ship because of the amount of like force it creates. I can imagine that's a lot of firepower expended rather on cutie patootie doggo better. Does it count if I desub and sub again? Kappa. It might. It might, but I don't know if I'll get like a bunch of numbers. Hey Joshua, we're going to see we're going to Sea World for 6th grade Avid. I don't know what an avid is. Like a we call it eetstappie in Afrikaans. Gaan jy op 'n eetstappie na SeaWorld toe? That sounds fun, Joshua. I think you're lucky to still be in the 6th grade because you still get to have that childlike wonder. You still get to have that ignorance because it's just like, oh wow, animals, and you get to be inspired, and maybe you go forward. You South African, yeah. I'm in 8th grade. Nice. Maybe you go forward and you study marine biology or something like that, and you can potentially help our sea creatures in the future. But SeaWorld itself. All right. Does it count? Scrolling. This name. His name is Day 1590. Yeah. Sounds like a cool name. I am Day 1590. I can make it work. You just have to say it with enough bravado, with enough charisma. Hi, my name is Day 1500. Oh, I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'm bringing it back, bro. What's the accent? Your accent doesn't sound like most African accents. Yeah, is it Jan something? Jan? Yeah. Oh, that's Jan. Jan Piet Koos, CJ, Ruan, Hannes, Michael, Justin, Dirk, Tani. Yeah, you didn't hit on one of those. Does your dad and brother wear boerboel? At least not. I don't. I'm guessing you're talking about blowbull, not boerboel. They're not really that into the whole sports fractal where they're like repping blowable clothing and stuff. At least we're not really as a household that into rugby. My dad believed that television is in part like the devil's work, so he never let us have like cable television. So because of that, there was never really rugby either. Dexter is here again. Hey Dexter, what's up? Today we were discussing all of this love that we get to keep, and yeah, I basically just got to introduce that topic. We've been in it. We've been having conversations. What's up with you? How are you doing? Hmm. Do I sound African? Sounds very African to me. Give us a Chinese accent. I'd rather not, right? Like I get to make fun of South Africans because I am one, but I don't think I can push it too much. I do like, and this is always from a place of uh, playfulness, never from a place of hatefulness, where I go like Irama or Iraq, right? I like saying stuff like that, but that isn't me trying to be derogatory to any particular race. I thought we already fixed that in Germany. I don't know which one that is. You've got better internet connection than 90% of live streams in the US. That's hilarious, Looney. I'm like satellite based right now. The fact that the stream is stable makes me very happy because for some reason the internet hasn't been very stable for a long time, and it kind of just started being more stable. I wonder which came first, right? Like YouTube has been kind of like uh, pushing our stream a little bit to more people. I wonder if it's because my internet is more stable. Wouldn't be surprised. I don't know how the algorithm works. Are you gonna stay in South Africa? Loaded question. Answer is I don't know, right? If South Africa is a place for me to live, if South Africa will love me as much as I love it, then maybe yes. Well, satellite is better. Yep, it's true. The good old Stara Rinku. I want to fly, so pilot it is. My brother also wanted to become a pilot at one point. My mother's partner was South African. He was cool. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa. I was born in Klerksdorp, then moved to Allen Ridge, then moved to Rustenburg, then moved to Groblersdal. And I've been in this area ever since. I did go to China for a little bit. I did live in Hartbeespoort for a little bit. I did live in Pretoria for a little bit, but most of the hours I've logged in this game of life I've spent in this area around Groblersdal. I used to meet South Africans in obscure countries like Bahrain, and they were always good people and really hot women. We do have beautiful women here in South Africa too. And because we experience as much as we do here in South Africa, here we go. We have another little South African, Tristan Blaze. He's one of the South African homies. Is this true? I think so. I think he is the only person that saw me in the real world and then became a subscriber afterwards, right? Like I was doing one of these live streams and then Tristan was like, what are you doing, oh? What are you doing, bro? And then he like walked up to me and asked me what it is I'm doing, and I told him I'm doing this live stream. Today's stream is about all of the love that we've received, Tristan. For example, right? In that moment, me and Tristan shared in the excitement of creating in this space, right? And there was a love for YouTube and a love for creating. And because that moment was shared, right? This moment continues forward. Can you say happy birthday to my friend? No, Napmaster. I'm not 5 years old, but I'm gonna have to like put you. I'll put you away. Yeah, here, go and live in obscurity. Yes, mad with power. That's my life. All right, let me get back to it. Looney. I can name you planes. What's going on, mate? Having conversations. I think essays, true. Looney, you can meet quite some of the Netherlands as well. Interesting in the UK and Germany too. Yeah, South Africans are actively fleeing this country because it's rough here. It's rough. And it's getting rougher. Got to go. It was nice having you here, Tristan. Bless you, bro. Have a good day, man. Germany, yes, but usually bigger cities. I think I missed the previous one. Nee, bro, jy's Hong Kong boer. Hoe ken jy nie vir boerboelklere? Was I supposed to? Clearly I don't, right? Me mistakers. Well, satellite is better, it's true. Jovan, my dearest and most beautiful of sisters. So much love to you too. River Coon, sending you blessings, bro. I think he was from Johannesburg. No, wrong spelling. And Cape Town. All I know. No. Maybe you were talking about, yes, you're talking about your mother's boyfriend. Johannesburg and Cape Town are like two of our biggest cities. Klerksdorp. Ek's in Potchefstroom. Se boerbra. Ek's 'n Potchefstroom se boerbra. Why? Like what? You're speaking Afrikaans, but it doesn't sound like it makes any sense. I wanna watch YouTube vids. I wanna watch YouTube shorts. I get it, bro. You know, like it's a little bit more dopamine intensive, I'm sure, right? Because you get to like and then you get to like and then again and something else, and then something else again, and then something different. But then you might be tempted to skip this live stream right now. The longer you stay here, the more you basically grow that part of your brain that has the ability to pay attention to something. The biggest problem for me with the relentless scrolling through shorts is the fact that I end up not remembering any of it, right? None of it is at value to me. I kind of believe that we remember things that kind of like benefit our lives. And maybe I can say something that benefits your life. I might also not. But what I can do to benefit you is just like practice this moment of almost like continued consciousness. That if you stay here, you might find something out that you would have not known otherwise. We do sometimes find ourselves in strange places because of the interaction between self and other that happens in this space. Jay says, me and my girlfriend think you're very attractive. Thank you, Jay. That's so nice of you too. Sending you blessings. Also, there's a war named Toyota War, and it's between Libya and Chad. Out of 100 Toyotas, 3 gone, while 100 tanks of Libya was gone. Yeah, now I heard about that one. Yeah, Toyotas are pretty reliable vehicles. They're very popular here in South Africa for that reason as well. Eyes widen. Did Mel just mod his own stream? My goodness. I've been having to. Just so you know. One of my mods freaking went and had a child and stuff. Alright, so I've been having to mod my own streams. Maximum shade and throws. So much big buggy lovings to my most wonderful, wise, and wholesome kindred brother bear. So much love. Stop that. Yeah. Love is true. Stay safe out there then. Jeez. Thank you, friend. YouTube is the only thing I use, to be honest. I don't have Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and so on. I do have WhatsApp. I was gonna be like, yeah, me too. I don't do Instagram. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Snapchat. I have WhatsApp because it's how I communicate, right? I'm an Android user as well. And YouTube is also my thing, right? That's why I choose to create on this platform as well, because I do value it. And YouTube has been very abundant, let's say, right? So many of you friends find yourself in this space for the first time ever, where you might never have found a space like this, right? And I don't know why YouTube has changed their algorithm for me. Maybe I can show you this actually, right? Let me show you some numbers. Do you want to see the numbers? I can go analytics. Yeah. I don't know if these are good analytics. But just on like that note alone, right? You see how that thing's green? 338%. This month, we've gotten 338% more subscribers than the month before. So something changed from last month into this month, and I am grateful. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. Jeeps. God forbid I have a life. And don't you know that the only life worth living is modding Meltstream? Yes. And this is all the purpose one needs. This is all the satisfaction one can gain from existence. There's nothing out there for you other than what's here right now. I'm laying it on thick. I can't even believe myself. All right. You did say something that benefited me on YouTube. You did say something that benefited me. YouTube is generally a waste of time. Diana, I'm happy to hear that. You are loved, right? And this space is going to be a place where you can come and be reminded of that, right? And if you don't get reminded directly by me through the context of the conversation, and you need to hear that anyway, you can just tell me. Be like, Melt, can you just let me know that I'm loved? Can you just let me know that I'm gonna be okay? And I'll take some time for you. I'll let you know. You guys have all the small little cars there, eh? Redo all the old ones. It's true. I would love to. I would love to electrify all of the vehicles we already have on our roads. How selfish of the mod to get a child. Pff, not pointing. Sam. Sam, please tell us his name. No ums. You'll have to come back every single day and find not out what my name is. Yes, you have been coerced. I now have a viewer for life. I'll let you know on my deathbed what my name is. All right, as I breathe my last. My name is. Psych dies. Hey, Jolani. Kukamur. That's a South African surname if I've ever seen one. Can I tell you something, Jolani? When I was in primary school, I was basically the fastest swimmer, right, in my age group. And I was so fast in a particular stroke, the breaststroke, that I wouldn't have to exercise technically. I could literally liaise, chillaxo, bobaxo, not exercise once, and then show up to the swimming gala and then slay. All right, come first place every time. Literally my entire primary school life, right? Getting gold medals after gold medals after gold medals. And then I went to high school. And Emya Kukumur. Emya Kukumur was one of those guys. He was basically like a head taller than me. Like, no jokes. He was so tall. And very athletic. And like, he actually showed up for his practice. And then I started getting absolutely smoked. I got so smoked by So yeah, I still loved him, as a person. He was still great. I never had any resentment towards him directly because he never did anything to deserve my resentment. But I couldn't just coast. I couldn't coast anymore. He showed me that I have to work hard if I want to continue to win. So there's a little Kukumur story for you. It's nice having you here. Cooking hot dogs. Who wants some? That sounds nice. Could you stop asking about his name? He is MeltMore. That's it, and it's good that way. Yeah. Again, right? Like just to like bring it down to like, let's be serious. I do have a government name. I'm not called by it, and I do have. We call it in Afrikaans a noemnaam, like a name, more like a named name. I have a named name, right? And that named name is the name that my mom will call me or my siblings will call me. However, as we go through life and as we grow and as we experience things that aren't necessarily in alignment with the person we used to be, we change, right? And I've experienced so much change in my life that the person that I used to be, with the name that was attached to it, is no longer who I want to be. So I've chosen a new name for myself in my willingness to recreate myself. So my old name is still used by some people in my life, even though it causes me some cringe. But at the same time, how I want to be addressed is by the name that I've chosen for myself, right? MeltMore is a mantra. It's a reminder, right? When you say someone's name, you're basically addressing their ego. And I chose the name Melt for myself because it's a reminder alongside being an ego identifier, right? Because I can be pretty prideful. I can be pretty egotistical as well. So every time you call me by my name, that is Melt, you're also reminding me to kind of soften and let go of the amount of intensity that I'm holding on to. Hi, bro. Where do you live? I live in South Africa, close to a small little farming town called Groblersdal. It's nice having you here. John, sending you blessings. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I like childhood. You should embrace as much of it as you possibly can, friend. Childhood wasn't that kind to me. I was like trying to get myself to grow up as fast as possible. I felt like I grew up too fast from the get go. I remember as a 13-year-old, I already considered myself more mature than most of my peers. And looking back, I really don't envy myself as a child, right? I don't want to be a kid anymore. But it is a matter of continuing forward. May MeltMore, Christ be with you. Thank you. Christ be with you too. Love is true. If Melt wants you to know his government name, he'll tell you it's true. Oh, sorry, everyone. I'll be gone. Take care. Takes a deep breath. It's not that big a deal. Meltmore doesn't sound too bad, to be honest, right? It's a nice name. Meltmore. Nice name. Thank you. Thank you, Hendrik. I'd fly into Africa when I got the pilot's license. Dude, bro, I would like to go on an adventure with you. My name is Slim Shady. I can't tell if you're genuine or just a smartass. I suppose that's the South African charm. Yes, I'm a genuine smartass. Have you not? Oh, love is true. He can be both. Yeah, yes, I imagine. Hi, bro, where do you live? His next name will be Michael Jackson, and his pronouns will be You are a character. I give you that. Aren't we all? I am like a live streamer as well, Diane. So if I was like sitting here and I was like, yeah, let's like have a conversation about something. I'm not going to use my face or like use my voice properly. You probably wouldn't stay around, would you? No. You'd probably go and find something a little bit more substantial to sink your brain into. So I have to kind of lay it on. I have to like up the ridiculousness factor of my personality just like a little bit. Nira R. Repent and be converted from your sins while there's still time. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, just like a little bit of longer of not repenting. World hasn't ended yet. I still got more time left. This is nice. I'm sorry, Nira. I grew up in a family where I've been told stuff like that my entire life, right? I've been told that the end is nigh, literally, since I was 6 years old, right? Well, at least I can remember the end is nigh from 6 years old. And 21 years later, we've been through the Y2K stuff, right, since I was born. And we've been through the 2008 financial crisis. I've been through the 2012, the world is gonna end, Mayan calendar bullshit. I've been through the COVID. Everybody is gonna die of a virus. And here we still are, all right? I don't really give any credence to the end of the world, right? If the world wants to end, I'm ready. I'll be ready. But until it doesn't, I'm not going to concern myself at all with the end of the world because the world is, and the world has ended many times for many people, right? You wouldn't be surprised, but the people that wrote the book of Revelation believed the world was going to end in their lifetimes. That was thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago, right? And then still here we are, chucking along. Chucking along. So that's kind of what we're here for, I believe, right? We're here to continue forward, not to repent because the end is nigh, right? Because again, like if that is the objective, then I can just get up every day, repent ceaselessly until the day ends again, right? Until the end finally comes, and then I can feel righteous and good about having knew it all along, right? But that doesn't sound like a very meaningful, fulfilling, valuable as well life to me, right? Who am I gonna help doing that? I don't know if I'll help you by doing this, but I know for a fact that I have helped someone. Yeah, although I do remember you. It's nice having you here again. Sending you blessings, friend. How are you doing? How's life treating you? That's my favorite pronoun joke. The I'm gonna identify as I'm gonna identify as Michael Jackson, and my pronouns will be he. I kind of like that one too. That's the only pronoun joke I'll probably make. All right. Man, hard enough being a person on planet Earth as it is. I don't need to add to anybody else's struggle. No, well done. You're doing good. Thank you, Diane. Also recommended is identifying as an ambulance with the pronouns wee woo. You're free to proselytize, Nina, but there is a line. We don't need to be browbeaten folks here. Yeah. Like the way I see it, right, is like live in a way where people like are convinced that the way in which you're living is the right way to exist. Yeah. The 9/11 incident as well. You're right, Sister Lynn. Like existed through that as well. You should live in a way where other people are 100% convinced. Like, yeah, see, I think I might be doing something wrong, right? And then they try and find the right way. That is what I believe about the whole religious aspect, right? And unfortunately, and this is my own personal journey, I haven't met a single, religious person where I was like, wow, I need to start religious singing otherwise, right? Unfortunately, it has been the opposite for me. It's usually this weird line of unwillingness to admit ignorance while at the same time proclaiming knowing, right? And I like proclaiming knowing as much as the next person, but I can only proclaim knowing about my own journey, right? As soon as you start proclaiming knowing about this whole journey, and I'm supposed to kind of conform and get with the situation, right? That's where the whole communication fractal kind of falls apart, and then we're getting nowhere. And I like going places. I gotta run, honey buns. We love you, Joe. It was so nice having you friends here. We have come to the end of today's stream. Look at us. Look at us. The world continues. And I will be here again tomorrow, right? I keep making that promise to you, friends. I've been making that promise for the last 1,590 days. And tomorrow will be 1,591. And the day after that, and the day after that. Nothing will stop me because every day is a day to live. Right? We're here to live. We're not here to die. Otherwise, we just like jump the line, little quail. Oh, those are not quails. Oh, there we go. Those are quails, definitely. I don't know what that call means. You live in a nice area. I live on a farm. I'm on Percocets right now. Dear Dylan, I am not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't do with your own person, but know that you are very loved. Yeah, we got a good quang. Yeah, yeah. Quail willing. What birds are those? Let me show you. It's this bird. Quail. You hear that sound it's making? That quang, quang. We call them quails. That's what they look like. They're like a parrot type species. Look at that dude's mohawk. Yeah, so dapper. That's what's making that sound. There are some characters. Very expressive. Very skittish though. They don't like getting close to. That is, if you thank you, bless you, friend. You are loved. Seriously, you are so loved. Join us again tomorrow. We'll be here again for you. I have found one. To be honest, my best friend is Muslim, and he is a very strict Muslim in the sense of following their rules. And the power routine and the strength he gets from his beliefs is astonishing. I have seen that too. Interestingly enough, that you actually talk about the Muslim religion. In South Africa, we have like a Muslim population as well. And like I grew up in a Christian household, right? So there is this certain articulation, communication of how important religion is. And then you see these individuals, these Muslims, like lock up shop, sometimes like on Fridays and sometimes multiple times a day to actually go and pray, right? Like they actually follow the rules of their religion in a way where it's something that is actually significant to them, right? It's important to them. And then at the same time, right, my family's religion, my mom at least wasn't very much like that, but most other people in the religion are very much against, right, someone else practicing a different religion because kind of like threatens their idea of what right is. And again, if they were so wrong, why do they believe with so much conviction what it is they believe, right? Especially as it relates to the comparison between the two. Rep to 2,000 people to die. It's true. You live in a nice area. What birds are those? Thank you. Take care of yourself, Dylan. Please do, friend. Gorgeous. They are pretty birds. Crazy hair. They look like punks of the parrots. Yeah. Grayed out. Emo punk parrots. Gorgeous country. Have you ever thought for what purpose we were made for? Yeah, John, today's whole stream topic was about love. That is the purpose I believe we were made for. Most top UFC fighters are religious too. Very much can tap into a strong mindset. Yeah, you see, but at the same time, that same UFC fighter is willing to put their brain in harm's way, right? Give themselves permanent brain damage. And to me, I personally believe that is not something that God would want you to do. So it's this weird dichotomy. Yeah, my friend prays 5 times a day. You see, like I have so much respect for someone who actually honors their religion in that way. Like I cannot deny that that is their truth in a way where they actually show up for it. For me, I'm like way more concerned with conviction than I am with the complexities of what it is you're convicted to, right? If you have conviction in what it is you believe, I'll respect that. right? But if you have shown me a lack of conviction and then you want me to believe the thing you believe, then I'm gonna be like, no, nay. I see the vibe, but I don't take so literally. Ancient texts seem very arbitrary. I think of ancient texts as like stories, right? Psychological dramas for us to grow and learn from, not to take as actual fact necessarily. Now I regret it because I came late. Don't regret it, John. We do these streams every day. So tomorrow, if you minus 1 hour and 30 minutes from your clock, that's when I usually start my streams. It's like 4 p.m. South Africa time. I'm gonna show you a piece of art, and then I'm gonna read you a poem, and then I'm gonna say you a goodbye. This was yesterday's piece. Okay, that's great. Good, John. We'll see you again. Do subscribe so you get notifications when we do go live again. Melt, come visit the Philippines and meet very friendly people and try traditional foods and explore. I might recommend Davao City because that's where I live. I would love to come and see the Philippines. I would love to travel all over the world. I'm just at this point in my journey developing, let's say. Yes. Developing the income to be able to go and travel places. It's expensive to travel. I would love to. Yeah, see that quail full is hoy. Big quails. Big old quails. Switzerland lives in the Philippines. Didn't you know that? Didn't you know that the Switzerland lives in the Philippines? Everybody knows this, Hendrik. Obviously. Let me read you a poem, shall we? Yeah. Becoming stellar. That's today's stream topics. Well, yesterday's stream topics. Oh, wow. Dylan, dude, I'm gonna give you like a pouch. Yeah, get love though. Every dollar counts. It does. It does. Look at this. Look at this. You just move this bar. All right. So this is denominated in rands, and this month, over the last 9 days, we've earned 240 rand, which is about $10, right? And yeah, it's like 20 to 1. So that's New Zealand dollars, NZ. So you basically move that bar by 10%, bro. Or at least 10% of the total that has been moved. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now I'll read you a poem, right? I'm gonna read it extra for you, right? I'll like 10% of this poem just goes to you, Dylan. The rest of the friends can get the other 90. He himself does the art, is true. I do make these pieces myself. Become stellar. We were born in the dust of stars, but grew in the smoke of factories. Our hands shaped by hunger, our hearts stitched with survival. Yet now a whisper rises through the noise, a calling not of conquest, but of care, not to own the earth, but to harmonize with it, to build not from scarcity, but from the abundance of enough. To be stellar is not to soar above the world, but to kneel within it, planting seeds in broken soil, recycling the wreckage of bones of tomorrow. I butchered that poor paragraph so hard. Bro, you look like Chris Pratt. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Thank you. Chris Pratt's a good looking guy. I appreciate that. To be stellar is not to soar above the world, but to kneel within it, planting seeds in broken soil, recycling the wreckage into bones of tomorrow. We do not close our eyes to the pain. We carry it. We learn its name, and still we choose forward. Still we dare the climb. We temper steel with wisdom now. We craft not only circuits, but circles of giving, of growing, of returning what was taken. The path is steep and lit not by certainty, but by the glint of a shared vision, the soft light in each other's eyes that says, I see the future in you. This is the work of becoming, to hold the tools of gods with the humility of gardeners, to meet our needs without forgetting our nature, to be more, not in power, but in presence. So let us rise, not as owners, but as stewards, not alone, but together. And in that rising, reclaim our origin, not just as a species of earth, but as children of light who finally remembered how to shine. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yo! We're shining out here, yo. And that's what we're here for. We have been shining. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you, Dylan, for blessing us with even more abundance. Every single dollar counts. I appreciate you. You have, and like that was today's stream topic, Dylan, that love is something that stays with us forever, right? And I believe the same thing about the time that you friends have spent, the upvotes, your subscribes, the dollars that you've sent. You have literally, by your presence, integrated, right, into this whole reality, into this future that I'm trying to build, right, for myself and for this space. Because as my future progresses and as I continue to show up in this space, I get to share hope and dreams and love with you, friends, and we're basically learning how to shine. I appreciate you, friends, for being in this space with me together. He has 10% royalties of the poem. Why NZ dollars? He's probably from NZ, New Zealand, I'm thinking. Could be. Very lovely art. Thank you, Diana. Grow in factories sounds like Great Depression and World War I. That's where we came from, right? You'll see. Oh, it's a moth. Like I suddenly felt this thing like flying up against me. It scared the shit out of me. That's where we came from as a species, right? Like we wouldn't exist if not for the Industrial Revolution, right? The Industrial Revolution turned us from like a few billion to multi-billions, right? And we arose from those billions. So it is kind of like that. We came from the factories because I'm a Kiwi. Yeah, there it is. Bless you. Isn't Kiwi a bird? It's also a New Zealander. Complicated. Interesting man. Intelligent. Thank you. To be more, melt more. Yeah, not to be more powerful, even though I do want to be sometimes, but to be more present. That is the wisdom that I'm trying to remind myself of, is that I can get more and more powerful ceaselessly, but what I actually want to be is more present, right? Not escaping, not trying to seek something else, but actually being here for what is. Kiwi is our native bird. We are all cousins, but we don't know yet. Yeah, I believe this too. There is no separation. Double tap the screen to pick Mel's nose with the thumbs up. Yeah, you know, you have to do it close. Putting thumbs up my nose. I joined for fun and to joke around, but you got good vibes. I was just being silly. Dylan, good. Silliness is what we need when the world is as serious as it is. That, do you see it? That moth is like, oh, Melt, I think you're lying. There's no moth. The moth is like, oh yeah, I'll come and show myself straight to the camera. I don't know why it's trying to go for this. That seems so trippy to me. Synchronicities, perfect. Dylan, do subscribe. I do one of these streams every day. I'll be here again tomorrow. I'll be looking for you. I don't appreciate Canada inventing war crimes. Inventing? Yeah, technically, like Canada has done some wild shit. You don't want to mess with Canada. But I do appreciate Great Britain inventing tanks, but still a war crime. Yeah, so much war crimes. Rider in Black, you're going the way for the smack button. Stop talking trash. I can't even see their messages. Let me see if I go all messages. Thousands of people died advancing technology so that you can sit there and stream. How grateful, right? I get to be. It's true. And thousands more will come after me, right? And if I can help only one person, it will have all been worth it. I appreciate you, friends. You have, by you being here, made my day a little bit better. I appreciate that. I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thank you, friends. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye. Cheers.